Welcome to CBT News with Bridget Fitzpatrick.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to CBT News, and thanks so much for joining us today. The first and only vice presidential debate took place Wednesday night. Both nominees had very different takes in regards to the state of manufacturing jobs. Vice President Mike Pence boasted that the Trump administration had created 500,000 manufacturing jobs in the first 3 years. However, Pence ignored the 164,000 jobs in manufacturing that have been lost due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Senator Kamala Harris focused on President Trump's trade war with China. Harris made the claim that the trade war had cost 300,000 manufacturing jobs, when in fact the U.S. gained 146,000 factory jobs during the first 18 months after the tariffs took effect. Group 1 Automotive is expecting big earnings from third quarter. The company told Automotive News that it expects its earnings per share to triple between $6.25 and $6.65 for the quarter. The dealership group believes that new and used vehicle gross margins in the U.S. have more than offset lower sales volumes during the ongoing inventory constraint. Group 1 will announce its full third quarter earnings before October 29th. David Smith, CEO of Sonic Automotive, was arrested and charged with assault and strangulation this week. Smith was arrested by the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department after a woman claimed that Smith assaulted and unlawfully restrained her without her consent. Smith was released after he posted a $30,000 bond, according to the Mecklenburg County Sheriff's Office. General Motors has set the stage for the unveiling of the new GMC Hummer EV. The new electric truck will make its debut on the grand stage of the 2020 World Series. Nearly a decade after the original Hummer was discontinued, GM is reintroducing the world to the Hummer in a commercial slot during Game 1 of baseball's Fall Classic. The unveil is set for October 20th and will also air during a commercial break on NBC's The Voice. Coming up next on CBT News, we share our conversation with members of the Libertyville Mile of Cars.
This segment brought to you by Lodlinks. This is CBT News, the voice of the retail automotive industry. Subscribe today.
After the economic recession of 2009, auto dealers in a small Chicago suburb came together to form the Libertyville Mile of Cars. The initiative was to bring people into the city to buy cars with the incentive of gift certificates that could be spent at local businesses in the area. Over a decade later, Libertyville is bringing back the program. Terry Wepler, mayor of Libertyville, joined the show to discuss the program's reemergence. He joined us alongside Dan Marks and Glenn Bockwinkel of Libertyville Lincoln. Take a look.
As I understand, this program was first introduced in 2009. Talk to us about the need to bring the program back. What's the inspiration behind it?
Well, 2009, we were in an economic downturn, and it was right after I was first elected mayor. And Glenn Bockwinkel at that point approached me about the program, and we were able to get a lot of publicity about it and help our car dealers. And we were also, at that point, able to form the Libertyville Mile of Cars. The car dealers weren't working together at that point in time, and with Glenn's help, they all began working together. The idea is, let's bring people into town. We don't care which dealership they shop at, least if we bring them into town, one of our dealers has a shot. And so they've worked together and they've really helped the village. But now with the COVID crisis, all of our businesses need help. And the important thing about this is the village gives the car dealers these gift certificates, which they then distribute to their customers. But these gift certificates can be used at any business in town that signs up. So it doesn't just benefit the car dealers, it benefits all of our businesses that have been hurt by COVID.
That is fantastic. Glenn, where did you get the idea for a program like this?
It was something that a partner of mine in an Acura store, we kicked around, starting Libertyville Mile of Cars and what would we do. And then when the downturn happened in 2008, it was the perfect opportunity to try and get all the dealers together. So the first time we did it was a little bit of a struggle. You got to get 12 competitors together, and then we all have to sit at a table and we all compete with one another.
Right.
We all agreed that, this is a good idea and what can we do? And we also wanted to let the village know, the village residents, how much the car dealers meant to them by bringing sales tax into the village.
Yeah, that's right.
And so when Terry and I sat down, we carved this program up, and then, we had to convince the village to allocate some money and had to keep all the dealers together. But it worked out very well for us. And over the years now, we've given to different charities and things like that. As this thing came about, the dealers got together and said, hey, let's get this thing back together one more time and come up with these gift certificates. The dealers are doing okay. Not like we were, but we're okay. Restaurants are really struggling. Maybe we can help the restaurants out. So Terry and I talked, and we went through that same process. It was easier to get it together this time because we had a map of how we were going to do it. And
Sure.
made some adjustments to it. But,
That's great.
We get a lot of support from the village on it.
Yeah.
All right, don't forget to catch the rest of that conversation by becoming a member of the CBT News family. And you'll find out how Libertyville auto dealers came together to overcome the economic crisis. Join thousands of other automotive dealer professionals and join CBT News today. You'll start enjoying access to the day's top stories, exclusive interviews with industry leaders, special reports, shows featuring today's top trainers like the Friday Five with host Steve Greenfield, and you'll get event coverage and the CBT News podcast and so much more. Also, while you're here, be sure to check out our new show, Service Drive, with host Don Reed. Okay, everyone, that wraps up our show for today, but be sure to follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm Bridget Fitzpatrick. Thanks for watching, and have a great weekend.
Thanks for watching CBT News, the voice of the retail automotive industry. This is CBT News, the voice of the retail automotive industry. Subscribe today.